I'm not excited about, are these forwards?
Those are mids.
These are mids?
Those are mids.
These are mids.
Yep.
Ooh. That goes in the bloopers. Okay, bye.
I'm not lying. I had to go to full throttle to catch you right there.
No, you did not. For
Yeah.
real? What are you laughing about, Spike? Nothing's going on.
Yeah, that is so funny. You're riding that different than any other bike that I've seen you ride, and it's actually really fun for me to watch. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, and today we've got something a little bit fun. This is your first time on a big Harley air-cooled bike.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've ridden the Pan America to a good extent, but never like a honkin' stonkin'.
Yeah, and you did take a Sportster around the block one time, but this thing is so much bigger than the Sportster. And the funny thing is, this isn't even one of the biggest bikes on the showroom floor. So we're going to take Whitney out for her first ride on a Softail, and it should be pretty enjoyable. I'm actually really interested to hear what you have to say about this motorcycle. So before we even hit the road, I just want to get your initial impressions on the lowrider here.
You know what? I was a little bit nervous, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't ride gigantic cruisers, but seeing it in person, I'm like, oh, okay. This isn't like some of those like gigantic, I call them cars without walls because it's just like, it's just a massive beast.
Yeah.
No, this looks more enjoyable. This looks like I can handle it a little bit more. I'm not excited about, are these forwards?
Those are mids.
These are mids?
Those are mids.
These are mids.
Yep, those are mids in Harley land. Go ahead and sit on it and see how it feels.
Those are mids. Yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna be fumbling like this.
How does the weight feel just like sitting there? Because that's one of the biggest things that I think intimidates a lot of people is the weight. This is a 730-pound motorcycle.
You know what? I'm worried because the last heavy bike I tried to pull up off of its center stand and failed, and then I was like, never mind, I'm not gonna ride this, was the R18.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, I wanna go take this for a spin, and I was like, ah! I was like, never mind. And I put it down, I was like, that just seems like a chore.
Mm-hmm.
So the weight, this feels way more manageable.
Sweet. Well, let's get you out on the road and see what you have to say. I know you're super excited to get this on the highway.
I am excited to get this on the highway. I was like a little nervous taking it through the twisties, and you're like, dude, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
I do think it's handled surprisingly well, but nothing to it but to do it. Let's hit the road. All right, Whitney, you ready? You got the key in your pocket, and
I got the key in my pocket. I've got funny track day boots that I got on discount. I feel like the top is kind of Harley, right?
Yeah, totally.
The bottom is goofy weirdo lady, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the same deal going where I wear the track day boots, but I got my baggy jeans covering them, so I'm all good there.
Yeah, standing it up is not as hard as I thought it would be.
The R18 has those big, stupid cylinders that are out the side, and it makes it so heavy.
It doesn't have the, what do you call it, a two-stage kick?
Yeah, it doesn't do the Harley kickstand thing where you put it down, and then you're like, is it down? And then you have to go all the way over. It just sits down, which is nice.
Yeah. No, this is great. All right. Mids, that's going to be interesting, but we'll see. Whoa.
Big beefy boy, huh?
Whoa. All right. It is heavy moving it around, but
the nice thing is it's just a motorcycle. You know, it's not like one of the super crazy big ones where you're like, I'm not entirely sure about this.
I always like it when you're like, you're really gonna like this bike.
I think you're really gonna like that one.
All right.
I've been wrong almost every time, but
wait, what was the last bike you were wrong about?
I wasn't entirely sure you'd be sold on the Duke 890, and I was wrong about the V85 TT.
Yes, you said the V85 TT was, you're like, this is your bike, and I was like, no. But I could see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be sad if I owned one either. All right, here we go, guys. My feet go up here. Wow. Dude, this is like a car, man.
Right?
Still first gear, which is nuts. Wow.
Are you feeling the torque?
Yeah. All right, not bad, not bad. It is a little intimidating. You're like, oh.
It is a big ass bike.
It's a big bike.
The crazy thing though is there have been guys that I've talked to in the comment section who are like, that's not a big Harley.
Oh my God, no way.
Because they're coming off of like Electras and CVOs and road
crazy.
glides and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like, damn, I don't know. It's something else for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Boat-like, ship-like, rocket ship-like. I'm like, okay, now what? Ooh. That goes in the bloopers. Dude, when I can't figure out like where to put my feet, I freak out so bad.
It takes a second on the Harley to figure out where everything is.
Yeah, it's like, okay, gotta undo all the things, and it's like, how do you ride a bike without your feet?
God, I will say though, going down the road, those the lowrider just looks so cool. It's such a cool feeling motorcycle.
Yeah, dude, this is something else. Okay, it is crazy. It is warping my brain for sure. It's just different. It's like a different beast. I could see though, like just crushing miles with this though.
Yeah, I did 1,000 miles on that in 3 days.
Yeah.
And it was so easy.
It was effortless.
Yeah. So going through this first set of corners, how does it feel? Because that's one of the things that I know is super intimidating, is guiding a bike like that through, you know, some corners for the first time. It's huge and you're not sure how it's gonna change. It's like a battleship, you know?
Yeah, it's like my heart's racing, not gonna lie, you know, and people wanna know that. I think a lot of people are scared to get on big bikes like this, but like through the corners, I kind of feel like it's got me, you know. It's not super hard at all. For me, it's like the stopping and then remembering to put my feet, that's gonna be the hardest thing to get over. But yeah, dude, it is different. Wow. Oh yeah, here we go.
That thing looks so cool.
It's just coming out of me. I can't even control it. Oh yeah, the highway is where it wants to go. But it's nice to have passengers on this thing.
Oh yeah, I've had my fiance on the back of that and you don't even notice. You don't notice that they're there.
Okay, so all the wind coming off, that's called like wind buffeting, right?
Yeah.
It is kind of just smacking you in the helmet.
Yeah, and that is their taller aftermarket windscreen on that bike. It's a little bit of a bummer how much wind buffeting you get, but I'm gonna say right now, I've ridden behind you on a lot of different motorcycles, and I'm having a harder time keeping up with you on this than any of the other ones that you've ridden.
Dude,
because
I'm looking down and I'm like, wait, 65? It feels like I'm doing 30.
like you hop on the throttle and you're just gone, and I like have to catch up with you.
I could see how this could become like a part of who you are. It's suddenly starting to make sense.
Yeah, like once you ride one, you really start to understand the rest, and you like, the crazy thing is that's the Baby Shark, right? It's it literally is Baby Shark.
Wow.
And you get on one of the big ones and it's like that, but more. The bags are bigger, the bike is bigger, the tank is bigger, the fairing's bigger, it's got a screen in front of you. You know, it's like a fully loaded sedan almost. It's really, really
car
wild.
Without walls. Have you ridden something like that?
Yes, yeah. I've ridden, the only one I haven't ridden
is the CVO. I've never been on a CVO, but I have ridden the touring frame Harleys before, and they're huge. They're huge motorcycles.
Do they make you nervous?
Honestly, when I first got on them and I was starting to do some low-speed stuff, they did. They make me nervous, even with all of my my experience. All of what I've done has been on little bikes. Little bikes. 821 cc's here is a little motorcycle. You still have almost 1100 cc's more displacement than I do. But
Jesus.
yeah, I'm not used to riding big, heavy motorcycles, and it still got to me when I was riding it around.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, I've known women whose first bikes were those gigantic ones because, like, their husband didn't want to ride it anymore. And I just can't imagine, like, I'm an experienced cyclist, but I'm like, oh, okay, where do my feet go? It would be such a big hurdle to jump over if this was your first bike. But yeah, it lives on the highway. I'm excited we just hopped on 360 right away. Because this is crazy how effortless it is.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about the engine? So a lot of people get on Harleys and they're like, the engine feels really weird. It doesn't like to rev out all the way, but you don't rev bikes out all the way. You're very much a mid-range and low-end kind of rider. How does that make you feel?
I think it's like this is where I want it to be. I want to have access to all the power and all the get up and go right away.
Yeah.
I have no interest in chasing it. So it's my kind of throttle response. It's my kind of power delivery. It's so crazy how girthy the power band feels, though.
Right?
That is from another planet, in my opinion.
You should hop in this left lane here and then just roll out one gear all the way.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, like go all the way to 5,500 RPM and just feel how wide the power band is.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy. I'm not even up there yet.
I'm not lying. I had to go to full throttle to catch you right there.
No, you did not. For real?
I had to go to full, because you were just like, you hit the throttle in like the middle of the power band and you just shot forward.
Yeah, dude, it is rocket-like, man.
You know, it's funny because you get on a Harley like that and you don't feel like you're going super fast.
No.
But being next to you while you accelerated like that has really changed my perception of how fast that actually is.
Yeah, dude, wow. Yeah, that's a safe amount of power and torque that could power you through the highways that we have built in America.
Yeah. So now that we've been on the highway, I want to see what you think about guiding that thing through a couple of twisty roads, because that can also be pretty nerve-wracking. So let's head on down to Barton Springs and see what you think there.
All right, let's do it. What are you laughing about, Spike? Nothing's going on.
Yeah, that is so funny. You're riding that different than any other bike that I've seen you ride, and it's actually really fun for me to watch.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no giggle factor here.
Doesn't it feel right in a wrong kind of way going through some twisties on that bike?
I'm like 50 miles an hour. What the
It's so easy to ride that thing fast.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Like I said, it feels like it's guiding you a little bit. It's not something you gotta wrestle through. You know, like an R9T, you kind of gotta wrestle through it in the corners, which is the last bike I rode on this road. But this is like, oh, what? I got you. okay. I'm like still trying to collect my thoughts because this is mind-blowing. Like I'm a little bit in shock. And this is the first 20 minutes. This isn't like me having the bike for a week, you know?
Yeah. Like when we started the GoPros, that was the second time you sat on the motorcycle. The
Yep.
first time you sat on it was when we were talking to Piece the Camera. God, I really am having to work to keep up with that bike. Because my power's all at the top. It's like from 6,000 up, I have a lot of power on the Ducati. The Harley, it's just instant.
Yeah, I am team low end all the way because that's just more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this is effortless, dude. I'm glad you took me on this road because I'll disclose to the audience is pretty nervous. I was like, dude, let's just ride in a straight line for 40 minutes. But this is like, oh damn, okay, no, this is fun. Like this would be fun to, you know, ride a second time on this bike. Get really comfortable with it.
Are you willing to take it on a slightly twistier segment of road?
I'm enjoying this one a lot. I love seeing you disappear in the mirror.
Yep.
No, I mean it carves corners. This is carving corners, and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to put my butt out or ride it differently. I just stay where I'm at, and it's just like, yeah, let's carve it up. Is that how you feel about it?
More or less, yeah. I mean, when I first got on it, I was like, oh, there's no way that this thing is really going to be a sport tourer, right? Because ST, I don't know that they, I don't know that in their marketing material they claim ST is sport touring, but I'm pretty sure I heard that when I was at the Road Glide Street Glide launch.
Right.
And I was like, sport touring? Really? Okay. And then I got on one and I was like, oh, okay. And then I thought it was really, really nice. And then I was like, the Road Glide and Street Glide, they're like 800 pounds, right?
Right.
So this is 700. It's 100 or 730. It's like 100 pounds less. And so less weight would probably mean it's more agile. It feels faster. And so I was dying to get on that. And the first time I got on it, I was like, yeah, this is what an American sport tourer could look like.
And you love this bike, right?
I love it, yeah. The more time I've spent with it, the more I'm like, I really don't want to give it back.
Yeah, you're like, I can, it's cool with me, everything's been fine, and...
You know, at this point, I don't even film with it when I'm riding. I'm just like, I just want to take it out and have fun.
Ooh, you've been naughty. You've just been riding it for fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe you're converting me to the... Well, I can't believe I just said that. I cannot believe I just said that, Spite. What are you doing to me, man?
Alright, so this is the like real nice tight set of twisties here with these really long smooth sweepers. This is the fun part.
I will say it's hard to know what gear to be in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, do I just blast it in first because it's taking it, but it is a little... Or do you do it in second? Like, my brain is kind of like trying to calibrate to...
It's like an old 4-in-the-floor Corvette. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, start it in fourth gear or start it in first. It doesn't matter.
Dude, I feel like my motorcycle brain growing. You're building new neural pathways in my sulci.
There we go. Awesome. That's what we want to do.
I never thought, honestly, I would never ride this bike if you weren't like, dude, just hop on it. It'll be chill. Like, just hop on it. It'll be fine. And I'm like, wait, why? What are you talking about?
So to start wrapping your thoughts up on this thing, are you Team Harley Davidson now, or are you trading the BMW in?
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna trade in any bikes, but goddamn, this I feel like a slightly different person.
Okay, so you're really enjoying it. Now we come to the hard part. We got to talk about the price. What would you pay for that motorcycle?
10 grand. Dude, I'm scared to ask you how much it is.
$22,000. It's like $21,700. shiny new. It's a $21,700 motorcycle. And that's in the gunship gray. Or wait, no, I think gunship gray is a little bit more expensive. I think the flat black is 21,700. So that's a, you know, that's a very expensive motorcycle. Does it feel
Yikes!
premium for you at that price?
Yeah, I can see why it costs that much for sure, because it's changing this, you know, neo-retro vintage bike enthusiast. I would never ride a cruiser if my life depended on it, and I'm going, huh, okay, I see what you're doing, I see how this is. I mean, damn, all right. Now in my personal garage, I don't know, 22 grand. It's like you could have a ZH2 for, I mean, think of what kind of like leader bike you could get for that kind of money, but
yeah, see,
know.
that's the thing that keeps coming back to me is every time I get on it and I leave it, I look back and I'm like, that bike is so cool. I could own one of those in a heartbeat. And then I look at the price tag and I'm like, ow!
And then you're like,
Ouch.
my wallet pee hurts.
Yeah. It's like Fry from Futurama. Ow, my sperms. Ow, my wallet. But yeah, it's really tough for me to justify that price tag. And I honestly, I would be more okay with that motorcycle if it was like $19,999. I don't know why $1,700 is the killer for me, but I feel like it's a $20,000 bike.
That's interesting. That seems very specific. I think I would pay, realistically, like how much are they going for used? I feel like I'd pay like 15 grand for it.
15? You can probably find some for 15 grand. It would be hard, but I'm sure you could at least find a lowrider, maybe not an ST, a lowrider for 15. So with the price tag finally revealed, how does that change your perspective on it? Do you still really enjoy it, but you're not going to buy it?
Yes, I think it's crazy to bring me out of my comfort zone and have me smiling and laughing in my helmet. Now, that's not to say, like, what does the future hold? I don't know. Who knows? I will say that. I will say this might alter, because I don't like the aesthetics of cruisers. But man, if I'm going for like utility and riding, or if I'm doing a big ride, or I want to do bigger rides, this is going to be a contender for sure. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming out and bearing with me, getting on the Harley and stepping outside your comfort zones for an episode here, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really am glad you enjoyed riding that motorcycle, because I feel like I've been trying for so long to convince people around me that Harleys are actually fun to ride.
Yeah, they are. It feels like a completely different realm, but I'm glad you got me out of my comfort zone too, because like I said, there's new electricity in my brain that I've going places I never felt before.
Well guys, with that, we're gonna sign off, and I guess we'll catch you in the next one. See you later.